Welcome back to Streaming Media 25. I'm here with Shamroc Peterson of Diverseego.
What's up, man?
Show's winding down, but I saved the best for last.
You know what? They're cleaning up around us, but it's all good. It's not the cleanup. I'm the cleanup man. Time to hit some home runs, grand slam, baby.
I'm waiting for the bouncer to come and get us.
Hey, it's all good, you know.
So, Shamroc, tell me a little bit about yourself and what Diverseego is all about.
Shamroc Peterson. I own a company I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Diverseego. We inspire Black and Latinos to travel the U.S. with all the content curated, aggregated, and original programming from Black and Latinos. Okay. So we are one of one. We're the first. So we're trying to do our best to be the best at it.
Well, that's near and dear to my heart because my wife is a Boricua.
Oh, we got Puerto Rico in the house. Boricuas. Ay, claro.
It's really interesting too when you see, Bad Bunny popping up into the Super Bowl now. So
nice. I just did a big tour out there, shooting a lot of content in Puerto Rico. Much love, much love. Love my corazón. They all good people, man.
They're the best. So tell me a little bit more, like, how does that focus? Like, what does that look? What does day in the life of Diverseego look like?
Day in the life of Diverseego is really, as a founder of a company that's unique in itself, it's a challenge. I'm gonna be honest. What's the blessing is, I think about like a day in a life. It's creating content that is meaningful, that is authentic, that is focused on what Black and Latinos need, right? My goal is to really inspire people to travel. So we're constantly looking at destinations that are inclusive and that want people like this or haven't had people like us and that are excited to create new connections, right? The second part of that is finding content creators that are out there producing great content but don't have the platform or the exposure to do that. So that is the part about Diverseego in which we try to make a unique value to the business of streaming.
So you're out there tracking down talent, people that are doing stuff that maybe haven't caught fire yet.
Or he got a little fire, got the sticks already burning some wood there. They're already doing things, but then we also see that, hey, they may be strong on social media, they may be strong in those areas, but how can you then be into the streaming world? Meaning that we have apps, Roku, Amazon, and so on. So we have those apps, and with that, we can deliver their content to a new audience and broaden their reach and strengthen their monetization.
So it's part of the funnel upward, so that you're staying in the social, but then also possibly moving up to broadcast and things like that down the road?
Well, I mean, streaming broadcast in that sense. So we already are there. So our goal is to find those content creators that we believe that can monetize even more. Our goal, and this is how we always say, is that you may be a content creator, but we want to make you a producer, an owner, own a company, develop a company that monetizes you even more. We deal with a lot of brands, so a brand doesn't always want to just work with an influencer or a content creator. They want to work with companies. And so if we can create that opportunity for them to first let them see they are a company, and then within the infrastructure of our company, it makes their reach even stronger.
It's interesting. When I came up through a company where I had to touch every line of production. So I had to learn sound, I had to learn audio, I had to learn camera, and the whole premise was that I would understand the whole pipeline so I could produce.
Right.
That was the whole program. And then sometimes I get asked by family members or friends, like with their kids, they want to get into the game.
Right.
And I say to them, well, the best thing you can do is study it, but also if you're going to college, take a business course.
Right.
Because then you're the master of your own destiny to that producer thing. If you understand contract law, if you understand the things that you need to do to produce good material, but then own it. And I think that's a key piece.
And I think that's a big part for us is we want them to have ownership. We want them to see their value bigger than just a content creator. Because I think a lot of people, when they're content creators, they're just thinking about themselves. But then they realize that they want to build a bigger business and provide and have employees, and you got to pay people to shoot for you and do all these different things. So how do you do that on a bigger level than just thinking of yourself as a person that may have started with just selfie, shooting with one camera, and now you want to have two cameras, now you want to have a production team. How does that look? Now you want to do multiple shows. We want to see people grow to that level.
Well, and you see the best example so far is Mr. Beast, right?
Right.
Starting out
Very
small,
much.
and now he's got an Amazon deal, right?
Yeah.
And probably doesn't really need the Amazon deal,
Right.
Because he's so big. So I think that's really interesting. It's been one of the themes of the show that was a little bit surprising to me, is how much talk there was about the creator ecosystem and finding new voices, building new voices, and maybe not just being the farm team for the big boys, but being their own thing and understanding how to do that in the context of streaming.
I think the big boys are realizing the value of us, as smaller companies that are creating niche content. And with our niche content, we can pivot a lot faster and be more innovative, where instead of going to a boardroom, making the decisions, having this huge thing, a focus group, whatever it may be, we can shiftly make those changes. And then that is good for them, because we can partner with some of these big boys and say, hey, you can deliver us on another ecosystem. So we're kind of doing it on a smaller level, looking at the content creator and saying, hey, how can we bring them in, help them deliver to a larger audience, help them, think of themselves as a business building that. Well, our biggest thing is we want content creators to monetize on the highest level. We want to help them. That's very, very important for us. Helping on the front face of it, the traveler, the Black and Latino traveler, find great experiences, inclusive destinations, places where they want to go, and they see themselves by that content creator that's a Black and Latino, that's showing these great experiences, places all over the US.
That's outstanding. Are you familiar with the 1,000 raving fans theory from punk rock?
All right, tell me it.
So the idea here, right, is that you only really need 1,000 fans that will buy everything you put out, every T-shirt,
Nice.
everything, and then that's the basis. So it's kind of the punk band model of getting established, and then you can do everything else. And it sounds like that's kind of what you're doing, teaching people to be the business owner, to think about it more than just making music, but how do you make content that resonates, that's evergreen, that speaks to your community. It sounds like that's what you're doing.
You know what, I'll say this, is that one of the greatest things about being here at the streaming media event, I was on a panel, and one of the people on the panel made it very clear, and we both agreed, a lot of content creators are chasing viewers with no engagement, right? The engagement is where you're gonna win. If I can get people engaged to say, hey, that wasn't a great experience, what you did got me to go, what you did was amazing, where do I go, what other places? Those are engagement. Engagement can be that 1,000-person punk rock theory or idea that's the best, versus 1 million people and no one engages.
Yeah, that's a basic principle.
Right.
One's is kind of a scattershot theory, and the other is targeted but consistent and sustainable, and then grows. I like to tell my kids as they're learning things, you need to go slow to go fast.
Right.
Right. So if you're disciplined, you make the right choices, you go forward, then you'll get there faster than if you're just trying everything all at once.
Right.
And burning resources. And it sounds like.
And I think that's the what the big boys are learning, is that us smaller businesses, us smaller streaming companies realize the value of that. We can do that, and we can get that engagement. We can create something, because they're always going to beat us on viewership. But is that viewer actually taking action to do something or experience something? And our brands are saying, hey, you know what? They're doing more actionable things with your content, with less views, but more engagement.
So let's stay on that topic for a second, because one of the big industry trends or buzzwords right now is AI. And another thing I found very interesting about this moment in time, and particularly here at the show, was we're talking more about, like, Gen AI is getting all the love, right? And but it's this kind of what Bhavesh referred to as tactical AI, where you're using it to get your metrics, to understand your metrics, to see, to engage with your engagements. And so engage with your feedback, your Twitter comments and all that stuff, to identify new opportunities. Like someone mentions off the top, oh, you should check out this resort over here. Well, now you can call that, and it might take somebody weeks to find that. But if you got the right agent to find it and surface it, then you can go act on it.
Right. AI is really beneficial for us because it helps us in a lot of different ways. One, helping us with time. Time is so crucial, right? So
particularly for the smaller creator.
Yes, it can help us. AI also helps us understand where the best places to do experiences. Like, I think there's a lot. I think I can't go into every line item of what AI does, but I tell you this, I use about 6 of them every day.
Yeah. Same
Because
here.
it's very important to me to be able to save time, get resources, get information that's going to help me deliver great content, deliver great access points to where what I need to do, how I need to do it, what's the best way to do it. So there's constantly using the AI for so many different areas and understanding, from a business standpoint, what to do,
Yep. Absolutely, I agree. So what else have you seen in the show that's really spoken to you, like something, that maybe something that was intriguing you hadn't heard of before?
I can tell you this. I'm gonna switch it on you. How about this one? I think there's great things that I've seen, but then there's great people I've met.
Yeah.
That's the great value of it, man. I've met some really, really cool people. And when you meet great people, that's the value of this show for me. I love meeting people that are gonna help, that I can help. We can have this exchange of greatness. And that's what I believe the streaming media event has done for me, is like this, just meeting people and just understanding, like, okay, this is what you're doing, this is what I'm doing, how can we work together? What are some ideas you've done? What are some ideas I've done? And a lot of those times it's because I went to a particular panel, then after the panel, you're hanging out, or I spoke at a panel, you talk to, and these awesome conversations, and then and it's crazy, they sometimes go into the wee of the evening, right?
Oh, of course.
Late, right? You're just having these conversations, you're realizing, man, you're doing this, you may be at this level, but hey, we're willing to have those conversations. I think that's the benefit of having a little bit of a smaller conference that's very intimate and intentional to the focus of streaming media.
Well, so you're not the only person who've said that to me, right?
Well, tell whoever that was, he's cool too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like, we all do NAB and IBC and
Right.
these other bigger shows, and they're meat grinder's probably too strong of a word, but there's a pace that you have
Right.
to maintain, and oftentimes you can't see everybody you need to see or want to see.
Right.
The great thing about a show like this is not only do you get to spend time with your peers and reconnect in meaningful ways and maybe find new opportunities to work together, but then you have an opportunity to meet new people and sit down and figure out, oh, this is a good person just a good person in general, and maybe there's a place we can work together. And you don't get that at the bigger shows.
I think what's the funny thing is I can look at being at this show for many years. I met one of my great mentors, and that mentor was a person that I thought I never could connect with. I just like, man, I wish Diverseego could be like that. You know what I mean? I saw their pattern, their success, and I loved it. And then they were coming off the panel, their hair's down a little bit more now. They're relaxed, they're chill, versus, like you said, the NABs, the CESs, all the different other conferences they're running around. It's like here to here to here to here. Here they're just coming down from a panel. Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm Shamroc.
Well, and they're more relaxed because they don't have to go from that to 6 other meetings.
Exactly. And then they're more amped to be like, here's my information, let's connect, let's get on a Zoom, let's meet in person, have coffee. Those moments happen. They don't happen at other conferences. Here it happens, and that's the great thing about being here.
Absolutely. Well, this has been great. I got one last question for you.
All right, here we go.
So what is the one thing...
What's the best place in Puerto Rico? No, I'm playing.
That's Govate, hands down. You want Pernil, go to Govate.
There you go.
So what is one thing you think folks in the industry should be paying attention to over the next 18 months or so?
I think you said it, AI. AI is hitting a lot of different places. And just innovation as a whole. This thing is moving really fast. Streaming is moving fast, very fast, not just in the fast area fast, it's just overall, like how to create content, what kind of content create. There's just so many areas that it's moving. But I think on the top of that is AI.
Yeah.
AI is gonna be very important for you on the back end, from an analytics component, understanding how to look at your content, what you're doing, metrics, et cetera, and then on the front end, you're seeing it. I'm not big on the front end, but I like the back end part of it. So I think innovation of all sorts, it's going to keep moving. You got to keep being involved, meeting great people like here, because then you'll learn, and that will help in the area of where this technology streaming is going.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better.
Oh man, you did it. You could have, man. But you did it great. You did. It was an awesome interview, man.
Thanks, I really appreciate it. So I'm Doug Daulton for Streaming Media, and this has been Shamroc Peterson of Diverseego, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.